Back to Guerilla Squad Gaming's podcast, Jungle Talk. I'm your host, Detroit Guerilla, aka Larry. Everybody knows these gentlemen here. We do have a special guest with us as usual on the show. But before I get into that, we're going to talk about a few things that we're getting into today. We'll talk about some E3, some thoughts and reactions to some of the games that are coming out. We're going to talk a little bit about Apex. The guy up there to the top corner is Guerilla Squad Gaming's own Clout Gaming TV. He is the team captain of our Apex Legends team, so we'll talk to him. He's going to break down a few things about Apex Legends, and then we'll get into some other things. You know, I don't know how we do. We're going to be goofy. We're gonna joke around as usual. These are our thoughts and opinions, so please don't take this shit personal. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to slightly introduce my man up here in the corner, Clout. He's been with Guerilla Squad Gaming for about a year now, right? About a year.
I guess some change, yeah.
So he came aboard as he wanted to compete in Apex Legends, something that I've played, but not as deeply as the competitors. But I've been learning and growing on the Apex community through him. He shared a lot of impactful information and knowledge. So without further ado, I don't want to steal his shine. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
How's it going, guys? It's Clout here. I just want to say thank you for having me on here. It's a pleasure to be here, guys. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Apex Legends, I've been with this game since the start of it. I actually stumbled upon it, literally on the drop. The week it came out, I got into it. Prior to that, I was playing stuff like World of Warcraft, so it was a really different transition to getting into Apex Legends. I've been with the game since launch. I think I played I think I missed one season out of the 9 seasons it's been out so far. So it's been a year and a change for me playing the game, and I've seen the evolution of it. And I've played other games like Warzone and even Fortnite. And I have to say, there's no game out there that can compare to the fast pacedness to this battle royale. It's a 20 squad battle royale that has a very small map with around I want to say 16 POIs, we call it, or points of interest to land on and get loot. And from the get-go, if you're not with your team in a competitive standpoint, by means I should say, if you don't have a solid team from the get-go and you're dropping and you don't know what you're doing, within the first 20 seconds of the game, there could be a team rotating through you and you're getting taken out. This game is about completely rotating as fast as possible into the end game zone. I think we go by 5 rounds. And I don't know if it heads the same way in Warzone where they go through different transitions and they change to a different round where the ring closes at certain times. Oh, yeah. But it does. Okay. Yeah. So Apex, it's 1 minute and 30 for each round. I think around that 5 minutes or so. But by round 5, where the map only has one little POI left, there's still 18 squads fighting for real estate on that map. It's insanity. Have y'all ever seen any of the high tier pro play?
No, I haven't.
No.
Oh man, I don't know how Warzone goes. Warzone, it seems kind of slow paced compared to Apex because there's a lot of the game can do a lot of upfront battle with the team and then also coming back to heal. There's so much healing involved in trying to stay out of the way. It's the most fast-paced but slow-paced game I've ever played. But at the same time, there's a lot of different mechanics to it too. You can't just go and ape a team, be say you're coming across a team that has what's called a Gibraltar. That's the main character. That's your defensive bombardment character. He'll try to ape that team, and he'll drop a shield where his team can play around that shield and take all the brunt of the damage. And his ultimate will bring down a hail of bombs. So he can literally they can control an area to a point where they can evade a bunch of teams out. And by doing so, they can start one big massive fight and can control an area and take out 5 teams at once. I've seen it in high level pro play. It's the most insane plays you've ever seen. I think I think actually round 3 the ALGS. I didn't get to this point, but round 3 ALGS season 3. There was like round 5. It was the last ring closing, and there was literally 4 Gibraltar bombs going off, and like 4 different shields, and like 6 teams just shooting at each other from every different angle.
It's all over the map.
all you see is grenades, bombs, shots, and then at the same time you see some really dumb stuff. Where like there's this one character called Pathfinder. He can throw these zip lines across the map. He had one team like across the top ring, just sitting there bouncing on a zip line, trying to stay alive, when no one even noticed they're there.
It definitely sounds like it's, a lot of competitive strategy. I wouldn't compare it to Warzone per se. Warzone is, there's several ways you could play it. I'm even learning a lot about Warzone strategy through some of the guys that have been doing the tournaments here, like Lido and ER and those guys, that made me think like all that time we played Warzone wrong. Like I don't have any Warzone wins, but I've watched and learned a lot of things that they go down there, they get their cash up, and you can either play aggressively or kind of just get things in position the way you want, and then you got to push squads at some point. So
exactly,
understand it with Apex. So in the Apex competitive scene, like who are the top dogs in Apex? On the Apex competitive circuit.
As of right now, I think the last major circuit they went through was the last ALGS. I think teams like it's big names too. You got like TSM, FTX, CLG, Sentinels. Teams like this, they're top dog brand names. They're out there playing, and they have really good top dog shooters. Like TSM they have 2 players from from Halo, Imperial How and Snipe Down. They are tier 1 shooters in Apex. Like things like that. Like people, I don't know if you ever heard of these names. Have you ever heard of Imperial How?
I've heard of them. A few of them I've heard of. Just not knowing exactly what what they do, their strengths and weaknesses. But I've heard of as I've been paying more attention to, the Discord that you put me in and clicking on certain links. I've been learning a lot about the Apex scene.
Gotcha. It's still a niche game. Like it's still like the market for it's still kind of small, but it's continuously growing. I foresee it to be the next top BR out there in the future.
So they're on season 9 right now. Where like I didn't think it would make it to season 9. To tell you the truth, I thought that. At the time when Apex came out, PUBG came out. Both of them, PUBG was very wonky at first. I remember me and Ran Riz was just like, we tried to get into it.
It played like we did it. Yeah, we did the same thing.
Yeah, those servers.
Yeah. But when you started the game, they was telling you like it was still a work in progress.
Right. Almost like a beta that they put out way early, and playing Apex and Fortnite seemed more refined. Apex was, one of the ones that I thought was pretty. I didn't like Fortnite. I'm not a Fortnite guy. That's my kids.
No.
I feel like I'm not gonna say I feel like that game is for kids, but it's not for me. Let's just put it that way. So
I don't like the building. The building's just too easy.
Oh yeah, the building. Like my kids, like even when I went to TwitchCon and watched Twitch Rivals, like just watching the strategy, like it's all about the high ground, and not a lot of games offer that, where you can get to the high ground. But Apex was one of the ones I was just like, okay, this is kind of cool. Where are they going with it? The battle royale format. Everything came out at one time, and it was just like, okay. Then season 2 came along, and they started adding characters. And now they're on season 9. I mean, how far do you think this thing is going to go? Is it just we're going to get to season 15, 20? I mean,
for sure. Okay. I see they're trying to sustain Apex in the esport category, and I think it's going to be like League of Legends, in my opinion. I think it's going to be like a couple of years in the making. It's going to be a giant franchise in the future. Like I foresee it being like I said, I honestly foresee it being the esports battle royale being played.
That's dope. because
I mean, shit, they started making Funko Pops of all the characters on there, so you know that
I
shit
got
gonna be
a few
around.
right
You
now.
know what I'm saying?
One Funko gets it.
You know, once Funko
Yeah,
involved,
it's going.
hey, that shit done got solidified. It's gonna be around for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
That and Fortnite have definitely are carrying that torch. I think that's pretty dope, man. You know, about Apex. As each season comes, I'm looking at the character. I kind of picture like Apex more. It reminds, you know, their strategy reminds me of Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, because like Rainbow Six, when they created this game, they had like what they call a refrigerator full of characters that weren't introduced originally. And what they do is these developers, they tinkle with these characters and they get feedback, you know, give people, you know, that get on test servers to say, yeah, no. Some of these, you know, characters come to life. Some of them don't. And I'm noticing that with Apex, like what is the, I don't even know who the season 9 character is, but like what other attributes could they bring to a character for this game?
There's a lot. I mean, as of right now, I think like I can't like they can't give you too much because like I don't know too much about more the characters coming from. But like for what they added so far, things of like things. There's a lot of annoying characters out there. Like one being Revenant, which is like the bane of like the rank scene right now. Like what his ultimate ability is he drops a totem, and each person on his team can like get this ability where like they go in with like half a health, and they go in and they die and come back to the totem, and so they can basically push a team twice.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
So
really annoying.
Is he like what we call on you know on Rainbow and even in Warzone? Is he like a nerf? Like his abilities really nerfed? You have characters like that are like nerfed on Apex.
Oh, nerf is like to decrease. Yeah, he's OP as fuck. Yeah. But basically, they abuse him and another character called Octane. Who he drops a jump pad. He can jump like 200 feet. So you grab the totem, jump on the team, and it's like you're right there. You just no lag time. You're just killing them.
Right. All right. Well, that's good, man. So you know, being that, you know, this platform is for video games, I love to discuss. You're actually the first team captain I brought on here. You know, I wanted to get that tidbit of information so people, you know, get to know. Let's swing over into E3, something that we've kind of chimed about a little bit here and there. A lot of interesting news, a lot of new games. I think we kind of, as console players, have been waiting for something to shake. As far as games, like I feel like, you know, we get caught up when those new systems drop, right? They're such in a rush to drop, but they have no content to give you, you know. So now we're getting into that where we hit about a year where the PS5 and the Xbox Series X have been out. We're gonna start getting some new games. So you know, Bree, walk us through some of the things that you know that stood out to you for E3, because you sent a lot of videos, you watched a lot of live feeds.
Oh, the E3 was off the chain. The games I'm waiting for, the classic Halo, of course.
Saw that.
Love Halo. Ready, can't wait for the squad to really jump on there and play Halo, because how it looks this year looks way better.
So let me stop right there. How many of y'all was in there? I was anti Halo back in the day. On Xbox.
Nah, I was deep in Halo.
Yeah.
I was in it for a minute, then I stepped away from it like
I got a question
Halo
for you.
3. I was Killzone.
Killzone, hell yeah.
Killzone,
I was on the
game,
PlayStation.
yeah.
I was on the PlayStation. Yeah, I was on the PS back then.
Nah, I was deep on that Halo, yo. I can't wait for that joint to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got some interest.
Halo looks good. I might be anti-Madden this year. Still up in the air about that one, because as I don't know if y'all heard, but that video they said they put out was a video from last year, the new gen video. They just changed the jerseys on it and changed the background on it, but all this gameplay is still the same. So I gotta check on that. Shit, y'all know I'm gonna talk about this one. Rainbow Six.
Extraction.
distractions. That game right there is like, I don't know any of y'all Rainbow fans, but that Rainbow with that it's a team game. You're not going against no other team. It's all team. It's all team communication. It's all team. It's good for team work. Because if
Rainbow
you don't
Six
have
in
to
general,
do
you can't. That's why we struggle with playing Rainbow Six Siege, because you can't. If two of y'all are online, we're not playing Rainbow Six, because the other
Right. That other three is crucial.
The other three are crucial, and they don't talk on the mic. So, and they may be a crew, and they may be talking to each other, but it's hard to maneuver tactically when you don't have any comms. So,
Yeah, that's my struggle with Rainbow Six, because I never got into it, and then I'm playing it, and I only play when y'all play, so it's a different. Adopt to it.
In the last 2 weeks,
you said what?
Yeah.
We played last Friday for a bit.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we got on 6 last Friday when the season dropped.
We stunk it up. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I actually we streamed that one.
I'm gonna ask y'all. So, how do y'all feel about the gameplay? How it moves? How the you can't shoot out the walls no more like that?
I'd shoot.
Yeah, only certain weapons I think now are like blowing through the wall. You just can't just easily shoot through the wall like you could before with any weapon.
So you can't get a whole bunch of peek holes.
Like the shotguns are gonna bust that shit open, but like busting the holes with pistols and shit, nah, that shit ain't happening like that.
Yeah, it's close quarters. I don't know. For me, I just feel like it needs to be a little bit more wider.
Some of the maps are big as shit.
Because Larry, they revamped the maps.
Right, they revamped a lot of the old maps.
Yeah, you can go a lot of places, but
now you just gotta find the vantage point if you want to kind of shoot from far.
Like like the bottom floors and the second floors, they revamped them so where you could start peeking and start seeing further across the boards, because that's what everybody was complaining about. Because
you should be able to snipe on that game, man. Like I would like to be a sniper on that game. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna,
they got two of them. They got Glass, and they got the one chick.
Yeah, but
50 cal sniper. But you gotta find a place to go. Like you can't. It's not.
And you gotta snipe from outside. You gotta
You can't sit outside. Some of those buildings, because they just don't have windows that you can snipe through.
Yeah, that's my point. Like I don't know. The close quarters is just it's kind of crazy for me.
But so, what is the extraction going to bring? Like, I've been watching the video. I know you was really hyped about it, Bree. What is extraction? It's a 3-person team. I believe I read. Right?
It's a 3-person team, but if somebody get captured, it winds up being a 4-person team.
Okay.
Because
you go back and get someone, right? Like someone else.
Yeah, you gotta go back and it's like you starting off and you basically trying to figure out why the virus is doing what it's doing, why all these zombies is coming out or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you're basically going in and going to clear a zone.
Right.
If it's me, Ying, me, Guerilla, and Stowe, we all on here playing, and Stowe get captured. Mm-hmm. We'll lose the round. Stowe, you're still captured, but we got to go back in and capture you. So we can't advance to the next round, so we go back and get in person.
Okay.
That's pretty dope.
The thing is, the person that's captured, you lose all your stuff.
For sure.
So when you get back in the game, you butt in.
So is it like an extraction? Like you go in there and extract them, like, and they come out with nothing?
Yeah.
No type of guns?
Like you gotta go in there and extract them and make it back to the helicopter.
Makes sense. It was just similar to the mode on Rainbow Six with the hostage. Get the hostage out.
I can.
To me, that's what they did. They went more into it because of, y'all know how when you play multiplayer, it's not too many hostage stages.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when they do the hostages always getting killed.
Right. Yeah. People. Yeah. Depending when you play a quick match in unranked. Yeah. But when you play ranked, it's a little bit. They make better decisions than that. So I am definitely excited about the Halo. I was looking at some stuff on that yesterday. exclusively looked at the multiplayer, right? Because nowadays we just all jump into multiplayer. I have played Halo. I got into it late in my gaming, not career, but my gaming time. So the latter part of the Halos I did get into. I played the story mode. I rock with it. I think COD stole some things from it. But in their Black Ops games. But Halo is definitely still has a place in the genre for me. So what's a couple other games that also stood out at E3? I know you said you wasn't doing the Madden, but look, we got the whole squad back together now. Riz, everybody got the Xbox. Look, we can create Madden Ultimate Teams and create a league or something, man. Don't completely give up on Madden.
but Guerilla, this is why I say I'm on the fence about it, because you saw what I put up in the group today, right? Mm-hmm. About the Madden.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If you watch that video, what they show, what they did to franchise mode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If it really is like that, I might be able to deal with it. And I'm saying, this is why I'm saying, I don't know if any of y'all play MLB, but they basically took some of the concepts from MLB and brought them to Madden.
Okay.
And this is stuff that we've been screaming for a long time. As far as your head coach, your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator,
focusing more on the little aspect of football.
This is the newest thing. Your player manager.
The players.
It's all going to affect your team now.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They all going to affect your team. So if you got a head coach and an offensive coordinator that's not going together, you're not going to have a good team.
I think that's fair.
Plus,
that's pretty real.
They added on to where you could do attributes to like your head coach, your offensive coordinator, defensive coach. So basically, all the main coaches, you'll be able to do achievements and stuff like that. And they talking about this roster live. That's why I'm trying to I'm gonna do my digging on it. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna do my digging on it and see what this roster live is about. Because if it is what I think it is, I think it's gonna be to the point to where it get updated like this now. Since we got the new system, I think your players and your head coaches, and they saying the playbooks will change during the season. They keep saying everything's going to change during the season. We heard this before about Madden. Madden has done this before. Everybody's been screaming about it. I need to do my homework on this part about this. It's going to change during the season. Because that would be dope. And it would be really dope if we really do finally get the official playbooks, offense and defense.
Right.
Get rid of this fake, these extra schemes that they don't do. And come on, man. It's a lot of stuff with Madden we all know.
Right.
It was broken. Madden last year was straight broken. I don't care what nobody got to say. Madden was straight broken.
They had a lot of issues. I got it for the PC because I knew you guys weren't going to get it. But even the Madden Ultimate Team seemed like something wasn't right. But it wasn't like the previous year when I played Madden Ultimate. I'm going to keep it real. Until back in the day, how we used to do things, and Kraken will attest to this. We used to get NCAA in end of July, and then get Madden
Me and Breed
at the end of August. And we would
did the same shit.
We would build draft classes up, and then when we got to play Madden, the league on there. There was one point, man, I remember I was stationed in Fort Leavenworth, man, and I got those guys' gamer tags now. We had an 8 or 9 person league, and I used to have to put out rules for the league. It was almost like fantasy football. I put out you got to play your game. If you play against somebody, y'all got to agree to the time. You can't quit. If you can't make it, then that person gets to go ahead and play against the computer or the AI, and whatever happens. You know, so I'm looking now that we're you know, even in the Guerilla Squad Gaming community, like I think if people get it, like we can get back to that level. You know, we don't have NCAA anymore. It's coming. You know, so I'm interested to see how that's going to look. But
see, I miss NCAA.
Yeah, oh my God, look,
because that shit released. It always released like the day before my birthday, man. It was always the day before, the day after it released around my birthday. So that shit was always a must. You know what I'm saying?
And you used to grind it out as soon as you got it. Like,
man, me and James, man, the year me and James was in Korea, I can't even tell you how many seasons we went through on NCAA and Madden and it was transferring and importing the rosters and.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I said that, because like if this is really worth it, I would say let's go ahead and get a GMG.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would say
because before all this, when we was doing it, it was just me, James, and Mont. We only had 3 to do it, so it was unbalanced like shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can't do it with 3 because you're always gonna like unless you all jump in the same division and battle it out, you know. Or everybody in the NFC or the AFC is just hard. You know what I mean? You know, so and then talking about gaming in general, so Clout, what's other than Apex, like when you're not on stream and you're not playing Apex or you're not practicing, you know, with the squad, what's some other games you take an interest in?
Shit, I mean, I wish I could say anything else, man. I'm literally Apex. Nah, I mean,
he's dedicated.
I'm addicted. That's what I really am. Shit. No, I mean, I've been playing Warzone here lately.
Warzone, bro.
Yeah, I don't really play it that much. I've been playing a little bit of with the wifey. I've been playing a lot of Quake Champions. She's like addicted to that game, so I play that with her sometimes too. But I did peep the E3, and there's a couple of games I am seeing that I'm actually excited for, like Back for Blood. Y'all see that at all?
Yeah, we've been watching that one for a little bit.
Yeah, but that's
interesting.
Yeah, that and the Avatar one too. I saw the Avatar trailer. That actually had me geeked.
Yeah. I'm mad that they waited this long to do it, but like, hey, you know, whatever.
But how it looks, how Avatar looks, I think we had to wait for a gen for this.
But they did one back in like 2010, I think.
It wasn't worth nothing.
But it wasn't worth shit, man. I remember getting it when I was deployed and playing it, but it was, I don't know, man. I just couldn't get into it like that.
Right. It looks immaculate, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It looks great. I'm definitely looking forward to that one myself. Even though, just for the graphics alone. But I'm glad that we've gotten to the age of gaming. Like, we used to think about these things. You know, if you think about, like, E3 has been around for years, man. If you think about the evolution of gaming just from Nintendo 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit, like, to HD, to CD-based, to
virtual. And
we got that 32-bit. We thought we was living life.
Right.
I thought you was on Cloud 9 with the 32. So,
man, listen, I remember, man, when Mont remembers this shit. When we went to go, when we went over to Pep's place that night, and he had just got the PS2 and was playing Madden on that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And we walked in, and I was like, yo, that shit looks so fucking real. And to think about how that shit looked then compared to now.
Right.
It's an embarrassment now.
Right. It's sad. I feel like I'm like, damn, man, shit. Now I feel old.
It's low.
Damn.
Hey, y'all remember Joe Montana football? Like that was the
Wait.
Run side to side, do spins all. I used to do 360 the
Oh man.
New football game coming out next year. That's gonna challenge Matt from what I'm hearing.
Someone need to put pressure on him, man, because to be honest with you, Madden just been like getting by every year.
But bro, that's making 2K. 2K is making this new football game.
We need that shit back.
2K, I was kind of upset because 2K really could have took over the Madden series. I'm talking about what John Madden was talking on commentating. Like, because they didn't have the exclusive licensing to the team.
Yeah. But see, EA was smart with that though. EA knew what they was doing. EA was trying to get ahead of it because they already seen what was going on with the basketball and the baseball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you look at one point, especially in like the late 90s, there was so many different franchises running football games at that time.
Right.
Yeah, what was it? 979 Sports running Game Day, I think it was, and then you had Game Breakers for
the
and
all that
NFL Blitz.
All of it.
Yeah, one where you could break bones and
crazy. Blitz was tough.
Yeah, Blitz was.
So they got ahead of the power curve to secure that, but in doing so, they cheated all us gamers, man, because they were complacent. If you really look at that franchise over the last 10 years, it's been very complacent. And what they've done to get ahead and change the game has been minute compared to what other franchises have done for their, for their franchises. So to me, like, personally, and I was a huge Madden fan, but man, honestly, fuck y'all, man. Y'all been fucking us for the last 10 years.
Well, you don't have any competition. I mean, what do you do?
But that's what I'm saying. They monopolized it. So they were able to be complacent and just give us bullshit.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Because it was our only option. Only option.
You want to play the same? You said
motherfuckers didn't even have Blue Magic, man. The motherfuckers had that old Mexican brick they were serving us, man. Just horrible.
Dirt. A whole lot of
dirt.
A whole lot of sticks and cheese in it. Like, that's it's just like life. Like if you're working at a job, you don't have nobody in that position to challenge you to go do anything. Better. You don't have no competition. What do you do, man? So,
like, think of all the money they've made with the minute work they've had to put in. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think I bought Madden in like 5 years.
You haven't bought Madden in 5 years?
In like 5 years, yo. I won't play it because
you got to get it this year, though. I think if for anything, I would challenge everybody in the Guerilla Squad Gaming community to get mad and let's just have fun with it, man. Let's just.
No, I get it. I'll get it. I'm gonna get it this year.
Let's not, because they're gonna push patches and stuff throughout, and it's gonna get better. I like what Breed said about they're gonna focus more on the realistic stuff that we don't think about when playing in the season. Things that affect players. Like if your manager is shitty, then you might have a shitty game. I mean, that's the only other thing they can do, right?
Well, I'm curious about this playbook thing, man, because like if they're gonna put the real teams playbooks, on Madden, like literally that's gonna give the real teams an advantage.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do something.
But not
they're gonna somewhere and make it a lot similar.
So don't worry about it.
Whoa.
It doesn't matter what y'all have.
And who's your team?
I'm a Detroit Lions fan all day.
Oh, okay.
All day.
And when last time you won a championship?
Wait, do it.
We going there with it? We have not won a Super Bowl in the NFL era.
Okay.
The last time y'all won a Super Bowl, you probably
I was in high
a tricycle.
I was in high school.
Bullshit. Get the hell out of here.
We were in high school the last time.
When was the last time you won a Super Bowl there, Mont? Last year.
Do I have to have a hat change real quick?
He got y'all see the back.
You see it.
All I'm gonna say, we'll talk shop when the season starts.
Yeah. But for sure. So what's some other things? I'm trying to think what other games. I had a list of games that I want to talk about.
Forenza.
Who?
That new Forenza 5.
Forenza 5.
There was a new Forza as well, right?
Clean.
New racing game.
Yeah.
Because I
love the racing games, man. I
played the racing game since we come together.
A minute.
That's
I play on racing games, yo. I can do that shit all night.
I've been on there. You guys, bro. I played the last one.
It's clean. Like
I've
it looks clean.
Since like Forza 2 or 3, and me, Kraken, and Ram Riz used to because that's when you could form car clubs and you can buy the cars off the auction and all that shit.
If y'all get back to that joint,
it's still the same way. It ain't changed.
I think the last racing game I played was Need for Speed.
Need for Speed, yeah. That was the last one I played.
The game is gonna be free for everybody on the Game Pass.
So there you go.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Thanks, Xbox.
Let's talk about Xbox. Basically, as long as we pay them $14.99 a month, shit, we about to get some free games. Like,
they won that day.
Day one, yeah.
Day one draft. And the only thing you gotta do is buy the DLC for whatever you want to buy for the extra stuff.
Yeah.
All right, keeping that.
How do y'all? So let me ask y'all something, because this I had a conversation with Riz about this. So Ubisoft has a subscription, right? A subscription service with their games. EA has one. Do y'all foresee like a whole like
EA don't have one no more.
Oh, they don't have the.
Oh, they got rid of it.
EA is Game Pass.
It's part of Game Pass.
Yeah. They merged it. Yeah, they merged it. Yeah, they merged it.
Before some of these other gaming companies do that.
But the Ubisoft one is just for the PC. It's not for the console.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Like that's because I thought that I looked into that because I'm a big Ubisoft division. All that's coming to the PC.
So
Day one drafts, all of that is all on Ubisoft, and it's free, and that's $15, and that's for the PC, but it's not for the console.
$15 plus what we pay, $14.99 a month. I mean,
right?
Games to start adding up. All it is PlayStation don't offer as much as what we getting right now. You know what I mean?
I hate to knock on PlayStation. Like I said, it's about to be like how we got Netflix, Hulu. All that is about to be the battle with the apps.
I was just
about to be the battle with the apps and what games you get free.
And what you offer.
In the next couple of years, yeah. What you gonna really offer? Because I see it's that time frame.
Right.
Yeah. This is for the games that's about to get moved out for the consoles. It's like now consoles is coming to the PC world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like with the PC world, you don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy the disc. You go buy the.
They done away with PC disc like 15 years ago. I remember the disc used to be in the GameStop or the electronic boutique.
Right.
You get like 3 discs.
Yeah, free. Yeah.
No, I got one even better for you. Barnes and Noble. That's the original.
Yeah.
GameStop.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little section in Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
So I think more companies like I'm actually what's the company that Microsoft bought the exclusive rights to? Bethesda. Even though there's really no, if Kraken was here, he'd be fucking giddy in his pants because he loves Elder Scrolls, but
Elder Scrolls. Well, he can't be giddy in his pants anymore now. Cold as ice.
Yeah, he's Kraken is resting right now. We won't get into his family jewel business, but yeah. So I think that I was having this conversation like, when is Xbox gonna maybe combine with some of these other companies? Because if you think about Xbox is offering a lot, but for the Ubisoft library, it's very limited. And that's only because Ubisoft can make money too. If you put all your games in Game Pass, then there's no point in you having a pass. So it's kind of like what it reminds me of. That's what's pissing me off with TV these days. Like I'm a big foodie, and I know Breed, you're a big foodie too. So the Food Network, I watch it I go to sleep to it just about every night. Discovery Channel has bought the fucking shows.
Yeah, it's all Discovery Plus for $9.95 a month.
You said what, Bree?
Right. You ain't know that?
I just realized it because I was watching Food Network and it was all the shows. I was like, yo, this shit is trash. I never watched these shows. It was like, what? Why are these shows on here? Where is Chopped? Where is Guys Grocery Games? Like, and it's because the bigger companies come and say, hey, look, here's this money. Bring your primetime shows on our channel and leave the trash ass shows on yours. And that's kind of like we're getting to, and maybe that's why Ubisoft hasn't, Microsoft hasn't even explored that, because they feel like Microsoft will get the best games out of Ubisoft, and Ubisoft will only offer, the games that would nobody play anyway. So
and I mean, they got a small library, man. So like, they probably make
Assassin's Creed. They're trying to hold on to that stuff. Assassin's Creed,
Divisions, all the Tom Clancy, all the Tom Clancy series.
They want to hold on to that stuff. So I get it, but I just think I don't feel like paying all these separate fees. Like, I want to do the Ubisoft thing because there's some Splinter Cells on there I haven't completed. Stuff like that. If I just want to download an Assassin's Creed, like Assassin's Creed got so repetitive, I stopped playing it many years ago, like after probably about part 3. And then I did come around to the one where they had the Egyptian dude.
Origin.
Origin. I come around to that one. And now they went to the Viking one, which I didn't get. I know, Stogie, you played.
Played it, beat it.
It
started off a little slow. Yeah, right. Started off a little slow, but it was good. It came around.
Okay. Yeah, so, but if I want to deep dive back into those things, I kind of want that subscription a little bit, because Xbox only going to give you like 1, 2, and maybe 3.
Like, yeah, one a year.
Yeah. But I am glad that they got away from what Sony does and just offers you some game that came out 5 years ago because you got a subscription to their service. I am kind of happy about that. But moving right along, let's go ahead and get into my man Stogie Red's segment.
All right.
Called Unpopular Opinion. Is that the name of it?
Unpopular Opinion. Now, for years, we were always taught to think outside of the box, have your own opinion on things, and, think for yourself. So with this, I'm just going to share a couple of stories and share my opinions on it. Take it how you want it. As the disclaimer at the beginning, these are not the views of anybody else. These are strictly mine.
Right.
So I'm going to start off with the boxer, Federico Manuel. Transgender male that is looking for his next professional boxing fight. Won his first one 2 years. Won his first one 2 years ago. A unanimous decision. Now he's saying that he can't get a fight. Nobody wants to do anything. I have no problems with the LGBTQ community at all, but we just recently heard something from Brett Favre. He came out and said that a transgender should not be participating in the Olympics. Bruce Jenner, also now known as Caitlyn Jenner, said it years ago. Transgender men should not be competing against men in the Olympics. There is just a natural body build that is different. Speed, strength, power, everything like that. The unpopular opinion I have on this, if you want to press it that much, fine. Go ahead and get the fight. If something happens, there should not be an outcry in the world talking about it's some sort of abuse or it should never happen, because the laws of nature just says this shouldn't happen. If you want to have your own league or belt or something like that where people around the same weight class and build and stuff like that participate, that's fine. But we know women can do the same thing as men do. Men can do what women do, vice versa. But there is just a natural difference in between the two. You can't have a man transition over to a woman and want to box.
Right.
It's just a natural
box other women because the testosterone. There's certain things, even if you're transgender, and I'm gonna tread lightly around this topic. Because I have no issue with it at all. Whatever people want to do, it doesn't matter to me.
Absolutely.
But there's certain things you can't alter in science.
Yeah.
Yeah, body genetics you can't do anything about.
You can't
it's like this.
Listen, there is a reason why men abs go one way and women's abs muscles go another way. A woman is not physically built to take on the physical aspect that a man is built for. Now, I don't care what they got going on, what they want to do. It don't bother me. My only thing is, I don't give a shit if you're a transgender man or a transgender woman. If you're a woman, you need to compete with women. If you're a man, you need to compete with men. I don't give a fuck if you're going through all the shots and doing all that shit. Physically, you are still a man. Right. What they say? What they say Friday After Next? You are a boy, Damon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is.
In order for a transgender man to get to the point where they can actually fight another man, do you know how many testosterone and hormone shots that you have to take to get to that point to build like that? So you've already violated the rules of boxing anyway.
Yeah, with all the PPDs and shit like that.
Right.
And even then, it wouldn't even help out. I mean, like, you have to, like, for a female or like female to transition to a male, like, you have to be like years of testosterone replacement plans, and even then, it wouldn't be the same because, like,
nope,
26 to 30 years of testosterone beats 4 all day long,
every time. Yeah,
because men we naturally create that.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just the way our genetics are meant to go.
So about 35, and then that shit starts.
We get everything.
Let's break. Keep it moving.
Vitamin D, by the way, if you look into it, vitamin D is a good way to keep your natural testosterone up. So,
boom, see? That's science, people.
There we go.
So, the second topic of it all. I am a basketball guy. I've been one for years. I'm not going to change that. If you are a basketball purist and you hate on the WNBA, shut your mouth. The WNBA is going to give you the purest form of basketball that you're going to find. Hands down.
It's like watching WNBA is almost like watching basketball as a kid. How you was growing up, how authentic and how you know. You're just so ingrained in that game that you want to win at the purest form. Where the NBA has been more of a business, over the last.
It's an individual entertainment.
It's all about entertainment now.
So brand. I think the WNBA. It kind of reminds me, like, to me, the purest level of basketball or football is college, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's bidding to get to that next level, right? They're not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
They got a shitty meal plan. You eat shit and breathe that sport.
Hungry. Still hungry.
Hungry. So I love watching the NCAA tournament, both men's and women's, because it's so pure. And then the transition that the WNBA does is like, though they're pros, they don't get the light shined on them.
Right.
I think honestly they need to give us more college games. The seasons need to be longer in college and shorten the NBA season. Like I don't need 82 NBA games. Like I don't. Like you can give me
we don't.
You give me 42 games.
42, yeah, we good. You decide champion from that because the guys not lasting no way. They're not lasting.
Right.
Injuries and all
and that's exactly like this year. We had so many injuries with star players. Man, we keep playing in the playoffs.
And I don't even think it's all real injuries, man. And like people are getting these checks, man, and they can just sit out whenever they want to.
They cannot travel.
And it's irritating. It's irritating.
Yeah. So I mean, anybody who says that they don't like the WNBA, I challenge you to sit down, watch a game or two on a Sunday because they definitely show them on Sundays. Most local markets have the closest team they put on the local cable network. Watch how they bring the ball up the floor. Within 3 seconds, they're getting the ball across half court. There's a pass. There's a move. There's a screen. There's another pass. They look at their options. If they got to reset it, they start it back up. They use that shot clock to find the best shot possible. There is no one guy bring the ball up, dribble for 15 seconds, pass it, get the ball back, and then try to throw up some bullshit.
No flop.
Yeah,
they don't do no flop.
I was having an argument. I was having this argument with somebody the other day, man. We were talking about basketball, and I told him, I was like, yo, you can't argue basketball with me. Like I watch basketball. Me and my friends, like we all into basketball. And we were just talking. It was like, yo, all the basketball plays are all drawn up and things of nature. I'm like, yo, there's way too much isolation in basketball for somebody to be drawing plays for basketball. It's not like it was when we was growing up. You know, when the coaches say run wheel, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, it ain't like that now. The NBA is like, okay, get the ball to Steph.
Motion.
Yeah, let Steph do whatever he's gonna do. If he gets to the basket, you just cut. Hopefully he'll see you. And
they don't even, because like when you used to draw the play up, it was a second, third option. Like you didn't just go after with one option to score.
Right.
You knew there was two other options outside of the first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason the play was drawn up was so if option one don't work, you know two is going to be open, and if it's not, three is definitely open because they have no choice.
I'm not going to say the man follow you, then we might got to play in the corner wide open.
Right. That's the thing. Every team don't do it. You gotta look at the Spurs. Pop, he run plays.
Yeah, there's only a couple teams that do it.
But that's you know what I'm saying. But that's Pop though.
And tradition, and in NBA, the traditional teams doing that, their views weren't high. Nobody watched the games as much.
All their shit was down.
Yeah, they want to watch.
All I'll say is this. I'll say this though. That damn Tia Cooper, bro, from the Sparks, bro. Damn it, she my favorite player, man.
She's a baller, yo.
She be getting it, bro.
She's a baller, yo.
Get it.
Who's your favorite, Stogie? Who you got a favorite?
My favorite? Yeah, well, look. Until somebody take Candace off the throne, she's the one.
Yeah, salute to Candace.
I mean, but you got a lot of good ones coming up, but Candace is the one right now.
I like the Twins.
The Twins?
Yeah.
Is Brittany Griner still in it? She's still playing?
She's still there.
Yeah, she's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the girl from Notre Dame, the one that Lil Wayne liked. She's been 5 years now. 4 or 5 years.
Is that oh, my mind just went blank. Is that Skylar? Skylar Diggs?
Is it Skylar Diggs? It might be.
I believe
Ziggy wore the jersey on the concert because she was so hot at that time. Like basketball wise,
that was Skylar Diggs.
Yeah, that's Skylar Diggs.
That's
she just put somebody a couple of weeks ago in the spin cycle with an in and out crawl.
you know,
but see, that's the thing, man. That shit is so beautiful watching them play because it's you know what I'm saying. We're getting what we grew up with.
Yeah, it's fundamentally sound.
It's pure.
And you know, Candace just moved up on the scoring list, right? Like she's like 13 all the time.
Yeah, because she's playing in Chicago now.
Yeah, man. You know, she got Sue Bird. Sue Bird is like 3 all the time.
Yo,
and then Leslie like 6 or something like that.
That's the Kobe of the WNBA.
Sue Bird is legendary in the WNBA. She is.
Bird, man.
She does everything. She does everything great.
Right.
I love her.
Right. I really wish they would give them because you know it's funny because after the during the NBA playoffs the men always overshadow everything. Yeah. And we hit that dead period where we're like, oh man, there's nothing but golf and baseball on, but it's actually the WNBA playoffs going on.
Yeah.
That if people, if you are,
they got to find a better way.
Yeah, they got to promote. Yeah. Like I don't even see a commercial for this stuff. Really,
not really. Not unless you're watching the NBA game.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they got to find a better way to market the WNBA.
Yeah.
Because again, I think I still think it's overshadowed by the NBA. So the NBA season will be shortened. Because all the WNBA games are competitive, every single game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game of the season to the last one, and the only competitive games you get in the NBA is like the last 20 games going into the end of the season.
Everyone's trying to position themselves
in the playoffs, and even in the men's NBA playoffs, it's a lot of acting, bro. Like there's certain things like
flopping.
It's a flopping. It's an injury.
It's soft,
really
man.
You just don't.
It's soft.
Yeah.
Like
the shit's becoming the. It's becoming the WWF.
Right. Like
right.
WWNBA.
WWNBA.
Why are the Nets not still there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got our work.
If the king falls, it's open.
That's open. It. Yeah.
You the next it's mind boggling.
Can I be honest with you though? That just opened up the door for the Suns.
Yeah, open up the door for
as much as I like what Young's doing, what Trey doing with the Hawks, man, up the road from me. Man, the Suns are magical right now, man. The cards is falling in place.
Here's the thing about the NBA that I hate. And one thing I really hate the most is that how people dog LeBron about going to Miami. Like I get on this soapbox about this a lot.
Kraken was one of them. Kraken lost. He was like, "Oh, I lost."
Right? Yeah, he lost his mind.
For him. You know,
but when you think about it though, every team that tried to create what Miami did when Bron went there, they haven't been very successful. The only successful team that can duplicate that was Golden State, and they did it when they had 4 superstars. They couldn't do it with 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the difference with Golden State, I'll say, is this though: that team was already put in place. Like they didn't have to go get nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It was just one of those. It was just one of those moments. You know what I'm saying? Where they drafted well, they got the right players, and they gelled well.
And I get it.
But adding KD, it adds that same effect.
They didn't need
no, because it had already proven that. It had already been proven. It had already been proven.
So you know,
it just added. It was just you're adding firepower to your squad.
Yeah, and what the Brooklyn Nets did this year to assemble that team, and a team of unhealthy players.
Like, I can't talk about it.
and then to think of the injury that KD just came off of.
That's what I'm saying. They assembled a team of unhealthy players.
Yeah,
you know, Kyrie has proven since he left Cleveland, he cannot stay healthy. He has proven he can't stay healthy.
But even when he was in Cleveland, he couldn't stay healthy.
But he has proven he can't stay healthy.
Hell, he couldn't stay healthy at Duke.
No,
he only played 6 games at Duke.
6 games and went in the top 5 picks. Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily
And he
always out, but still.
Yeah.
Always out when his team needs him the most, man. He's always out when his team needs him the most. It's depressing. And, you know, and I feel sorry for Chris Paul because, you know, he always get hurt in the playoffs. Like that dude will go to the playoffs and get an injury every single time. It never
championship, bro. Like,
it never fails.
But he's not injured.
On his back, like give him a championship.
Hey, hold on, Paul. Chris Paul is not injured. What is y'all talking about?
Well, not.
But he gets hurt every year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He got injured.
He's back.
Up until this year's COVID. This year's the COVID protocol.
Yeah.
But even in the first round, he missed a game with a shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm.
So still to this day, every year in the playoffs, he gets hurt.
Right. And they were borderline made out the first round.
But they clicking on all cylinders now.
Now they 9-0. Now they've been 9-0. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't know, man.
Who's your team, man? You up there in the Mass area? Are you a Celtics fan?
I honestly don't watch much sports. Honestly, I haven't seen much. I mean, the last literally, yeah. No, but I mean, the last NBA game I watched.
Everybody.
I wish. Now, the last game I watched, I think it was like 2018. I think when I seen Golden State beat what was it, Harden? I think it was Harden when they won.
All the time. He's always home.
Yeah. No, but I watched the game prior to that. It was when LeBron was still
Cleveland.
Yeah, he was with them. And he walked off all pissed off. I kind of felt bad for him. He was hurting kind of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it a whole buck here. The only reason Cleveland and LeBron even got a championship that year was because the center went down. Once he went down, they had no interior defense on Golden State. It was a wrap. They were too big and aggressive for him. What was it, Bogart or some shit like that? He went out.
So you saying LeBron's championship is bogus?
No, I'm not saying it's bogus. I'm saying the fact that the center for Golden State went down. That shit opened. Man, you crazy? They were down 3-1.
Bro.
3-1. Oh boy, he went out and they climbed back, bro.
He willed them. He used all his.
Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go back and watch the game and look at majority of the scoring. It all came interior.
But their 3 superstars.
They controlled the interior after old boy went out for the series. It was over with after that. Matter of fact, James can even contest because I told James this. What I say when old boy went out, what I say, they about to come back on their ass because they got no interior defense. Because Green could not handle them. Green could not handle it.
So let me debate that fact that you're saying right there. Mm-hmm. The fact that Draymond Green has been considered one of the top defensive players in the league for the last 5-6 years.
He couldn't handle him. He couldn't handle him. He couldn't handle him.
So you saying Green should have never been considered for defensive player of the year?
No,
ever.
I didn't say. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying during that series, you're taking it somewhere else, bro.
No, I'm not.
Debate somewhere else. Yes, you are.
No,
because I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, when they lost their 5, when they lost Bogut, when he went out, Green could not handle the interior defense all by himself. So they were outside.
So it's correct for me to say when they first played in the finals against Kyrie wouldn't have cracked his kneecap. Okay. If Kyrie wouldn't have cracked his kneecap and Kevin Love wouldn't have dislocated.
I'm talking about that series I'm talking about the championship.
I'm telling you, I'm making the same point you're making, just about the first series that they played against them. If Kyrie doesn't crack his kneecap and Kevin Love doesn't dislocate his elbow, Cleveland should have won that first game.
That's a whole different series.
Yeah.
That's a whole different
series. That's a whole fucking different series.
That's what I'm saying. If they got them two for that series, that's a whole different series, bro.
So what I'm saying, if James Harden and Kyrie was not hurt, that come on, bro. That's saying the same thing, bro.
Where's Bogut at these days, though?
Where's
this guy?
I'm saying when Golden State lost their 5, bro, that opened up the gate for
so Chris, here's my point on that.
Please go watch the series again after he went out.
So Golden State.
Matter of fact, watch it before he went out because he was manhandling them down low in the paint.
Yeah, so Golden State had a strong 5 to beat the Cavs solid 3. That's what they had.
Yeah.
So they lost one player and then they lost the series. It don't make sense.
What I'm trying to tell you is it opened up the door, bro. They was able to get more interior scoring. They couldn't get interior scoring the first 3 games. They struggled. The first 3 games they struggled until old boy went out. When he went out this series, it changed the way the defense, how Golden State had to play D. Because now you got to handle LeBron. Green can't handle LeBron by himself down low.
Nobody can handle LeBron in the league right
now. Thank you. But when you got 2, when you got a 5 and a 4 like Green, yeah, you can apply pressure on Bron. Then you got to make it out for other players.
Because what LeBron had,
that shit opened up the door, bro. Bron was having his will after old boy went out.
So
because
LeBron went straight ham.
Yeah, because Green switched over to the center. He started guarding the center. Because I made money off of this series. That's how I know this shit. I made over $300 off this series.
And the only reason I even mention is because I remember telling James, man, I was like, when he went out that game, I said, bro, this whole series is about to change. Cleveland's coming back. They're coming back.
It's hard to come from 3.
And what they came back.
So hard.
Hard to come back from 3-1.
But I'm just saying, because of that, bro, that changed the series, man. If you go and watch the series, you'll watch how the scoring changed. After he went out, they dominated the paint on them. They dominated the boards. They dominated the boards. Bro, they dominated the boards. Bro, you dominate the boards. If you dominate the boards, you're going to control the game.
So for three straight games, Golden State couldn't figure out how to stop LeBron. That's what
I'm saying. Like, they could not. They couldn't stop what they couldn't play. Bro,
it's not about LeBron. Y'all trying to make this about LeBron. It's not about LeBron. What he's trying to say is, for 3 straight games, them boys controlled the boards. After that, they took over controlling the boards.
It wasn't going to stop. LeBron led the team in every statistical category.
I'm not.
Did he?
How y'all making this about LeBron, bro? What I'm saying is, Golden State loses their 5. What'd you just say about LeBron? He led in what?
Points, steals, assists, rebounds.
Thank you.
Rebounds. He was not leading in rebounds the first 2 games.
They won't let
He's not
LeBron.
having rebounds like that.
Hey, y'all better, man. Y'all be thinking someone trying to bash Bron. Ain't nobody bashing Bron. What I'm saying is, when Golden State lost their 5, that shit gave Bron will to get back in that shit and wheel back from 3-1 because they didn't have no interior defense for them boys after that shit. None. And I'm gonna tell you, and the only reason I'm telling this because that's the last series I actually watched. That was the last game. That was the last NBA series I watched all the way through. 2018.
16, 17, 18. 17, maybe.
Before that, yeah. Because me and wifey had Nina.
Yeah. You're right. It was because I was still at the old house. It was 16. No, it was 16. I was still at the old house. Because I remember getting my hair cut watching the game.
Well, fellas, we've debated that. And,
we got way off topic.
No, we on talk. We on point. You got anything else for your unpopular opinion? So basically, what we saying is, ladies and gentlemen, support the WNBA, man. Like it's
absolutely.
Hold on, I want to prove my point.
Oh.
So game 1.
Oh shit! I should have known when he was quiet. He was going back to get some statistics.
So game 1, Bogut had 6 rebounds. 6. LeBron had 5. Game 1.
And they lost that game, right? No.
Yeah, they lost 132-98.
They lost game 1, game 2, and game 4.
132-98. Damn, they got ran up out the damn too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, Steph must have been on.
It's the presence alone, bro. It doesn't number you and y'all know y'all play basketball. There's a lot of shit that's not going to show in the boxes. Y'all know this.
No. You and Bree said Golden State was controlling the boards until Bogut went out.
They was controlling the paint. They controlled the paint. I said Cleveland started controlling the boards and the game changed when he left.
3 rebounds in game 2. Bron had 12.
Wait, what's the team?
Did LeBron win that game?
They lost
that game. They was already down 2.
They won 3. They won game 3.
What's the team rebound?
Cleveland.
Hey, stop doing individual stats. Do team. Let's talk about team rebound. Let's talk about that. Stop doing individual stats.
That's what I'm saying. You over here trying to make it about LeBron, bro, and it's not even about LeBron.
I'm gonna pump the box score. Like, let's get into
But I'm telling you, bro, you lose a big man, you lose your 5 down low, and you don't have a true 5 to replace him.
Give it to us.
Come on. Come on, bro. Y'all play basketball to know that shit. You ain't got a true 5 down low. A team gonna take advantage of your ass all day.
Cleveland didn't have a true 5. Not 8 season LeBron played. They didn't have a true 5. Not the first season he was drafted with him, and the season
he never had a true 5.
They never had a true 5. So we're not gonna talk about having a true 5 is going to they're gonna be able to do all this now. LeBron never had a true 5 ever. So I ain't even trying to go there. But let me pull up these box stats real quick since we got to talk about.
Saying he ain't never had a true 5.
No, you want to go through the roster?
The last, right?
The last true 5 he had before he got to LA. The last true 5 he had was Birdman in Miami.
With Ray Allen.
Allen.
Udonis.
So Chris Bosh not a center?
Well, Bosh was 4-5.
Bosh is a 4-5. They put him at center because they didn't have no money to pay nobody else.
Sometimes Bosh didn't show up though. I will say that.
So when Bosh played for Toronto, what position did he play?
Power forward.
He was a 4 in Toronto. He was a 4 in Toronto.
Power forward because he was a power forward. He was a power forward / center at Georgia Tech. When he got to Toronto, he played power forward.
He played straight 4, because Toronto had a true center at the time.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. Like,
but now what I'm saying is, when you lose a guy like that, you lose that big presence down low. It opens it up in the perimeter, in the interior, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm just asking, where's Bogart at today, to right now?
Gone,
bro. I ain't heard about him after that series. To be honest with you,
he's retired, living back in his.
It was a rep.
Maybe we should bring him on the show. Shit, if he ain't doing shit,
and for real, if memory serves me correctly, that was the same year that he kept stepping under people when they were shooting jumpers and messing people's ankles.
Yes.
So
that's why when he went out, then I was like, that's some karma ass shit, man, because that shit was some bullshit. You trying to fuck up people's careers and shit, man. You know the ankles and the knees ain't no joke.
Yeah, especially on the jump shot.
All right, fellas. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man.
Look at that, your son.
Wayne still looking for motherfuckers right now.
Hey, we're gonna have to talk about that offline.
Are we debating rebounds?
Oh my god, we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that part offline.
Rebounds.
Yeah.
Cleveland led in rebounds.
So I appreciate you gentlemen for showing up. Clout, man, special appreciation to you, man. You know, Clout is a team captain of the Apex team for our organization, man. And you know,
I love my brother, man. I love that motherfucker, man.
You know, we had a team captain meeting the other night, man. I gave him his flowers then. I'd like to give him his flowers in front of everybody, man.
Absolutely.
GSG has not always been in the best of times. You know, things have transitioned a lot. We're trying to get a lot better. As we get better, we evolve. You know, there's a lot of thoughts that's gone through my head, even during the fall of the CDL team and all those things. But I want you to know, Clout, these guys right here, plus Kraken and a couple others that you know you will see later on, have kept me level-headed, giving me advice. I've talked to these guys about everything. We have a group chat. We talk every day, man.
Invite him to the group chat, man. He can get there and talk shop with us.
We got nerds. These are the guys right here. These gentlemen right here, like veterans, non-veterans, and Clout is a veteran himself. He's a
yes, sir.
Former Marine,
Okay.
Former job.
Hoorah.
Yeah, so
Hoorah.
you definitely can relate to a lot of things that you know we go through and talk about and all those things, man. So that was one of the great things that when he approached me to come into this organization, I was like, oh man, I got to show love to my vets, you know, and we're gonna continue to get better, man. And that Apex team, you know, we got some things. I was just thinking about some things today, and I'll bounce them off of you, Clout. You know, off stream, we'll talk about some things. I feel like even though I was all like Call of Duty, and like Apex was like the younger child, but I feel like with the team not working out, that I've been able to focus more on Apex, and I feel like, you know, in general, I've been able to get a little closer to Clout, you know, in his personal life, you know, moving and do those things. Like, you know, you all know I did a transition this year, moving from house to house, moving from, you know, one state to another. So, you know, I definitely appreciate, you know, you sticking it out with us. You know, nobody's getting paid for this right now. We're all doing this on our free time. But one day, mark this, one day we will. And these are the type of people that I want to reap those benefits. The people that were there when it was just cool to be GSG. Then it's kind of sucked to be GSG. And then we figured it out and we got things structured. And you get the benefit from those things. So definitely appreciate you, my guy.
Hey, let me add one more thing for Clout. Because even though I ain't been real vocal with him and stuff, if anybody else can see it can go back through the history. Clout jumped in when the Discord really just got started.
Right.
He never wavered from what he was doing. And like that was dope. Because he was always stream alerts.
Yep.
Anybody want to play Apex?
Yep.
We got a team.
And my phone, hey, my notifications will stay be going off with some Discord,
Clout. Hey, so yo, I appreciate it.
You almost got me hemmed up one night, man. My shit just kept going off, and Shorty looking at me in bed like, "Yo, who the fuck hit you up like that?" I'm like, "Yo, that's the Discord." Like, don't just go.
Listen to this, guys.
There's one in every group, right? So,
You're right.
But Carl has always brought new ideas and things that had me thinking, challenged me to be like, yeah, we should do. He's actually the one that said, yo, we should do a clip of, you know, a clip of the week, you know, and things like that. So we're gonna keep that type of stuff going, man. We're gonna build this community, and I definitely appreciate you, my guy. You know, you always got a special place here. I'll make sure you straight. I'm always gonna take care of you. We gonna pop up on you eventually. I mean, you in Boston, but shit. I mean,
well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Clout. You know, I'm
yes, sir.
I'm gonna see him again. He's Ghost because he'll disappear
in and out.
AKA Wayne Shoe Patrick. You know, so
there we go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This is officially episode 2 for us, but for you all, this is the 3rd episode you get to view. So we appreciate everybody that's tuning in. We love the feedback, and we just gonna keep improving, man. We're just gonna keep improving and doing what we do. So from Guerilla Squad Gaming to you all, hey, we out.
Yeah.
You're